back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about, well, I'm going to be going over a basic review of Episode 3 of The Mandalorian. I'm going to be getting into this once every week. I'm going to be doing a review of each follow-up episode of The Mandalorian. But before I get into it, please subscribe to this channel. Ring that bell icon down below to be notified when I post new videos. Also be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, and please share with your friends. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get into it. There will be spoilers up ahead, so you've been warned. Anyway, so one of the things I've noticed regarding the first episode, it starts off pretty strong. I enjoy the whole opening scene, the foundlings becoming Mandalorians. And honestly, it was one of the best parts about the whole start of the episode. And one of the things that I liked about it was the fact that, well, they still maintained their whole, their rule of keeping him excommunicado, basically. They removed him as part of their mindset. They don't see him as Mandalorian anymore. They see him almost as a disgrace. Or actually, not almost. They see him as a disgrace, even though he helped them and saved them, generally. And I love seeing all the different designs of all the different Mandalorians, the suits, although it's a bit too colorful to a degree. It was fine. It definitely a callback to the Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars the Clone Wars and all that, and it kind of had a, I don't know, just I like the overall feel of it. Then going into the next scenes with the when he goes to meet his friend.
Welcome to the Fort of Navarro, gem of the Outer Rim. Our esteemed High Magistrate welcomes you.
Generally speaking, that whole scene was a bit weird. It seemed out of place mostly because the whole, I mean, I understand why he went there, but what felt out of place was the design of the place looked a lot different. It kind of resembles the Book of Boba Fett in its style. It was very different from Star Wars. It felt, I don't know, it just felt weird. It did not seem like a Star Wars location. Even with all the little Easter eggs of characters and creatures from the Star Wars lore, it wasn't very, it felt off. It felt, like I said, out of place.
I heard you were back.
One thing I will say, seeing this little guy is obviously the best part about the whole show. It's the only reason why anyone really watches it.
We are an official trade spur of the Hydean Way.
Watching him spin in that chair was easily the best part of that whole show.
The Belters are mining the asteroid fields at the edge of the system. There's a lot of money to be made on Navarro.
Honestly, it's cheesy, yes. Obviously, not everyone likes Grogu, and they probably feel that he takes away from the whole show. And I'm not gonna lie, he kind of does. He steals the show every time he shows up because of the fact that he's adorable and just fun to watch.
Listen, for you to stay here with us. Where you're from, you may be an apostate, but here you'd be landed gentry.
His, like I said, his Force antics and all the things that he does, it's just fun. And that's one of the things I think most people don't realize is that when you watch Star Wars, most people just want to have some fun. That's the whole reason people watch it, is just to be entertained. And people find certain things entertaining and other people don't. And that's how that works.
At a level with you, Mando. I need a marshal.
What about Marshal Dune?
After she brought in Moff Gideon, she was recruited by Special Forces.
The way they actually ended up writing off Cara Dune, personally, I don't like that they had to write her off. I feel like they should have just brought her back. But I understand at this point it's kind of all par for the course, and I honestly just hope that the actress ends up doing well in life in general.
If you can get a new part, he says he can fix it.
No, Grogu. Not a pet.
No, it's crazy. That's way, that's way. Bad baby.
Sorry about that. He's young.
Seeing little Grogu pick up the engineer, for some reason, I don't know why people hate that scene. I thought it was hilarious. It was ridiculous though, because of the fact that, well, you got Mando over here who just picks up the engineer and takes him from little Grogu, Baby Yoda, whatever you want to call him, just picks him up, takes him, and is like, don't do that, to try to respect the engineer. But he's over here manhandling him, just picking him up like a water bottle and just tossing him to the side, saying, don't do that.
Hang on, kid. We got pirates.
Avast, Mandalorian. You can't just sneak
I
away.
have no quarrel with you, Gorian Shard.
Ha! What a kind sentiment.
I don't understand what Swamp Thing was doing in this whole series. It just didn't make sense. I don't remember him actually being in Star Wars to begin with, that whole species. Now I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to introduce new alien species, and that's fine. But this one felt weird. It just wasn't the best one. And honestly, like I said, it was Swamp Thing. That's what that thing was. Or spinach monster. That's what that thing was. I really wonder what they're going to call that species. Spinoceans? I mean, I really don't know. But one of the things I wanted to see more of were the Mandalorians, and they delivered that. They delivered the Mandalorians. But the next scene, the follow-up scene, when he goes to visit Bo-Katan,
Bo-Katan. It is Din Djarin.
Bo-Katan Kryze was obviously very distraught, very broken down. She feels like she's failed. Obviously, she kind of has in a way. But a lot of people have mixed reviews on that. Personally, I think that that's exactly how it would play out.
Wave that thing around, and they'll do whatever you say.
So you gave up your designs to retake Mandalore?
Go home. There's nothing left.
Although I don't like most of the way they depict that, this one actually was depicted very well. She felt broken down, and she feels like basically Mandalorian kind of is a Din Djarin is kind of getting in her way constantly, and now he's over here, has the audacity to ask for help. In her mind, she's like, it's like babysitting the most annoying kid in the world. And she sees him as a usurper, but also just, she can't blame him because of the fact that he didn't do anything wrong. He just did what he was going to do, and she failed at her duty. So she doesn't know what, like, the character is depicted well. She doesn't know how to react, what to see, how to really react to all this. And like, she wants to hurt him, but she also kind of doesn't, because he's noble. But she also sees his whole belief system as flawed.
You are a fool. There's nothing magic about the minds of Mandalore.
One thing that really saddened me about the whole episode, it was too short. That's the main thing. The main takeaway that I took from this whole thing. Too short. 35 minutes is not enough for this kind of show. When it comes to live action series of any kind, I expect it to be at least an hour long, or 45 minutes, I should say. 45 minutes to 48 minutes is how long I expect it to be. Granted, with a series premiere like this with so few episodes, I would have preferred it to be a little over an hour. Near a small movie. Not a full-length movie, but a small movie. And because it's been so long since they've actually done this whole thing, and if they were not going to do that, since they're not going to do that, I should say, they shouldn't have released those 3 episodes with Mando on the Boba Fett series. They should have just put those for this, have more episodes for The Mandalorian, and just ignored Boba Fett. It wouldn't have taken away from the Boba Fett series. The Book of Boba Fett honestly suffered for actually including Mandalorian or Mando Din Djarin in that whole storyline. It kind of made he stole the show, so no one was even focused on Boba Fett at that point. They were just like, great, I want to see more Din Djarin, I want to see more of Mando. And then suddenly, back to Boba Fett, Power Ranger knockoffs, and all the strangeness. So I'm hoping with this new season of Mandalorian. There's obviously, I'm hoping the other episodes, the follow-up episodes, are going to be longer. I'm hoping. I don't look into all this. I like to watch it as I see it and just talk about it. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you like these videos, and hit the thumbs up button if you liked this one. Also, share comments down below about anything I could do to improve the videos. Obviously, the camera quality wasn't the best, and it will be a while before I can actually improve the camera quality on these videos. But thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. This has been Create TV. God bless.